Controversy. That's word of the day, because this film, quite frankly, can't get away from it. And honestly, like, to all you people out there that let's like say, oh, it's controversial because there's torture scenes. Shut the fuck up, everyone. I mean, for Christ's sake, can't you just enjoy the movie? Anyway, Zero Dark 30 is really good, as in really good, as in, oh my god, I can't believe how good it is. And for many of you who know, and if you don't know, I'm sorry, and I don't know what I can do for you. Osama bin Laden was found and killed on May 1st, I think it was, 2011. And Catherine Bigelow had been wanting to, well, originally what it was, Catherine Bigelow was making a film about the hunt for bin Laden until, well, news came out about his death, and then she just thought, you know, let's rewrite it. Let's rewrite some of it. Anyways, what is it about? Well, it's about the hunt for bin Laden. Really, it's... And, one second. That's funny. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, that's right. It centers around this character named Maya, played by Jessica Chastain, who, oh man, redheads. Oh, she's great. Anyways, it centers around her and how she literally just found bin Laden. Like, first it starts off in 2011, September 11th, 2001, where you don't see anything. It's just a black screen, you hear a bunch of phone calls. There are a lot of dates and titles to know and remember. That's probably a bit of a problem with this film. I think they shove a lot of information at you, and some, I think, just doesn't really, I don't want to say it doesn't sit with me, it just sort of, I know what it all means, but when you say it all at once in a movie that's this long, I kind of just think, but there are a lot of, known attacks, like the Camp Chapman attack, the, Islamabad Marriott Hotel bombing, the 2005 London bombing, or the whatever exploded or whatever. Anyways, the torture scenes are what's getting a lot of controversy around this. Anyway, but I really don't see why. I mean, look, under the Bush administration, they tortured. I'm sorry. Disagree with me what you want, but trust me, when America feeds to their citizens, sometimes it's a bunch of bullshit. Like, they will torture. Now, under the Obama administration, I don't know. I can't really say. In this film, they don't torture. In this film, when Obama's president, they don't really show any torture, but I don't think they didn't really have any other subjects. Anyways, spoilers, bin Laden dies. Yes, that's right, bin Laden dies. And you don't actually see, what am I saying, Obama? Bin Laden dies. Wait, did I say Obama or bin Laden? I don't know. Okay, bin Laden dies, yes. For those who don't know that, well, where have you been for the last 10 years? The last 12 years, whatever. But the actual raid, it goes on for about half an hour. The film just builds to this one thing, and it's well done. I don't know what else to say, though. It's one of those films, it's like, it does get kind of boring sometimes. I mean, there's a lot of people in offices just looking at information, but you really see, Jessica Chastain holds this movie. Her performance is, like, amazing in this. She's just really good. You see her at the beginning as just, like, a CIA officer who's just, like, new to it. And then at the end, she's like, she found bin Laden. And, the compound, bin Laden's compound, that, like, you know, I've read about it a lot. The thing is literally a fortress. Like, it has these high 15-foot walls, all the windows are blacked out. It has, like, a deck that's, like, got big walls. Like, it's meant so he could stay there. And at first they're like, they find it, and then they wait about 140 days, and then they finally go attack it. What it was is, yeah, that's the thing. In this movie, you never actually see Osama bin Laden. Like, you see his face once, and it's not even like it's like on a picture in like It's on a picture in a tiny corner of the screen for like a split second. You don't actually, like, you don't really see his body that much. But it stayed true to, I think, to what actually happened. There's a book written about him by by one of the Navy SEALs, and it's interesting. And they have these two stealth helicopters, which are really cool looking. They're kind of like better Blackhawks. Blackhawks. It felt like a real sort of operation that was really going down. At one point I kind of felt like a video game, but well, can't get all Call of Duty in that. The ending is interesting because after they find him, they take him back, and they identify that's him. Maya starts crying. I don't know why. It's not like the "oh my god, I've done so well." It's more of the "I'm so sad" crying, because she loses about 8 friends. She loses like a lot of her friends in this. They're killed in bombings. They're killed in attacks. And at one point, Maya almost dies in the movie. She's pulling out of the embassy, and then these like 4 guys with AKs just start shooting at her, with AK-74s or something. It's a tense movie. It's pretty. It gets graphic sometimes. Like when they raid the compound. I find a bunch of kids in the compound as well. But they're anyways. When they first find the compound, they don't actually say we're going to go in, because they have no real proof to say he's there. They based it on this hunch. One day, they put a bunch of like satellites on it. They found 2 men. One day, they found 3 women outside, 2 children and 2 men. And they realized, well, it wouldn't be correct if there was just one more woman hanging out there. So there must be a 3rd man, but the 3rd man never actually comes out. And well, what it is, they trace this courier who makes messages for Bin Laden. They follow him, and then they follow him. They lead him to the compound, and at first they tried to just get evidence that like it's actually him, because the U.S. actually has DNA evidence from Bin Laden's relatives. That's how they actually figured out it was him that they killed. They try to set up a doctor, they get no blood samples. They try like everything, and eventually they're just like, let's just do it. And then they go in there, and there's this great scene. It's like a meeting. It's in the scene in the trailer, where it's like, I say it's a 60% chance. I say it's a 60, and Maya says it's 100%. Okay, 95. Look, I know certainty freaks you guys out, but he's there. And they go in, and he's there. Actually, his death is like a microsecond. Like at first, I'm like, is that him? Did they kill him? But then I realized. But then after they killed him, it's like, for God of my country, Geronimo, 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 and that's how they found him. And then Obama said, we got him. But you never actually see Bin Laden in this. They bring him back, and they find all these files and these hard drives, so they raid those. And then one of the helicopters actually crashes because the helicopters have never actually been tested. According to the CIA, they technically don't exist, and they were built in Area 51. So let's see why they don't exist. But I say it's a very good movie. Jessica Chastain holds this movie, and who holds this movie a little more for me, or just maybe in the first beginning, is Jason Clarke. He plays, he's an Aussie actor. Yeah. But he plays the guy who does a lot of the torture scenes, and he is really good in this. And it's, I don't know, it's hard to say. It's just, he just holds the movie. Like, you see, he's really down to business. Like, he tries all the various torture methods, like good cop, bad cop type thing. But I think, I don't know, it's a very good film. I think it is sometimes boring sometimes, but I think it's very good nonetheless. Yeah, so many controversies. Yeah, but just come on, people. It's a good film, and I think, it's a very important film because 9/11's affected everyone. It's affected me. It's affected everyone, in like the free world and the not so free world. Uh, but I think you need to know a bit of an understanding of kind of how it sort of went down, really. Um, but that's just, I don't know. I would have liked a bit more understanding, maybe. I know a bit about this, but I don't know everything. Um, but it is a very, very good film, and I think it'll do well at Oscars. I think it'll do very well at the Golden Globes. I think Jessica Chastain, between her and Jennifer Lawrence, I think that's a tough one for her Oscar. Maybe it'll be a tie, even though it has been a tie for decades. But they're in different categories for the Golden Globes. But it's a very well-made film, and I say you all go see it. And trust me, you'll be surprised. It takes some really interesting turns sometimes. But that's all I really have to say. It's a very good film. It really knows what it's doing, and it is a little boring sometimes, but it knows it knows what it's doing. But that's all I really have to say. I give it 9 out of 10. It's really good. All right, bye.